And now I think if I click on AI Companion, enable AI Companion. Okay, I've just enabled our AI Companion, and I have no idea because it's the first time I've done it, but I suspect we're not only going to get a transcript of this, but we'll get an AI sending me a note saying, here is my summary of your meeting and the action items.
Okay,
And I'll make sure you
awesome.
have a link to this recording. And anything
Uh,
else? Anything else I should do?
I appreciate that. No, that's it for now.
Okay. You realize this AI stuff is impressive but imperfect, right? It's got a lot of flaws still. It's
Yeah.
not, it's, it's better than nothing, and it's going to get better over time, but it's still
Yeah.
pretty, mm, you know, I
It's not
could,
reliable.
yeah, it's unreliable. That's the best way to say it.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'll put the Slack link back in to the chat in case anybody wants to join the chat. We can take notes in the chat, in the Slack chat. Um, oops, that's not good. Let me delete that. All right. Hmm. Copy link. Okay. So now I'm going to put this here in the chat. Okay. Yeah, so that's the Slack link, and I am going to be taking notes in the Slack. Notes. Okay. Are we ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Who's going to be leading the meeting, or do you want me to?
Oh yeah, I wanted to start off by asking you for some clarification about the contents of the white paper and the case study. Um,
Okay.
start off, I wanted to ask what exact contents. I know it's a service innovation case study, so I was assuming, based on what has already been provided, that the case study would be about how to um, streamline the workflows of ISIP members with the use of AI digital twins.
Yeah,
So I
so
just wanted to go in more in depth on that. Yeah.
okay, sure. Um, so I think there's two main deliverables. Uh, One is a service innovate, and I'm putting this, oh, I should put this in the Slack chat. So let me share my screen, and I'll put this in the Slack chat, and that way you can follow along more easily. And also, what I found is sometimes when people are talking, you'll have a momentary distraction. Like my cat will jump on me, and I'll lose a sentence, and then it's nice to have something I can go back to. So,
Okay.
two main deliverables. One is a service innovation case study about digital twins. Okay, as a service innovation. And the second is a white paper that will be loaded to IZIP publications. Okay, and we'll also, those are the two main deliverables. And after we get those deliverables, IZIP is going to generate a blog post about those and give each of you a digital certificate digital certification that you can put on your or your LinkedIn profile. And the stretch goal, and this should be mentioned in the white paper, is how to create, create a deliverable that is a panel of student digital twins doing a presentation. Okay, so a lot of this is in the Slack channel in this presentation right here. And I'm not going to go through this presentation right now, but I'll just mention, recheck the Slack channel for the presentation. Okay. Now, let's say that I had to do this work. What would I do? How would I do it? And it's always fair to ask anybody that ever gives you an assignment. Your faculty may scrunch up their eyes and look at you strange, but in a business context, if somebody asks you to do something, at least at IBM, it was always fair game to say, well, how would you do it? And then they would be responsible for saying, well, if I had to do it, here's how I would do it. So here's how I would do the first deliverable, the service innovation about digital twins. The first thing I would do is I would go to, can you still see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay, so I would open a new window and I would open my 4 favorite AI buddies, my Chat GPT. There it is, boom. And then I would open my second favorite buddy, which is it was Google Bard, but now it's Gemini, but I still type in Google Bard. And there's my second buddy. And then I would open my third buddy, which is Claude. Claude. Okay. There's Claude. And then last but not least, I would ask my Bing Copilot to help me. Okay. So as you can see, I have these 4, and I will put the URL to each of these into the Slack. So this is OpenAI ChatGPT. Okay, and this one is, oops, lost my window. This one, yeah. And this is Gemini. Okay, so go back to Slack. This is Google. I guess I'm going to give in and just call it Gemini. I usually call it Google Bard. And then, I'm going slowly here, but let's do I think the next one was Anthropic Claude. Okay, Anthropic Claude, where are you? Oops, wrong window again. Okay. There's Anthropic Claude. And then I would go to Bing, Microsoft Bing Copilot. And that's this guy, right? Okay, sorry, this first part is a little slow. There, okay, beautiful. Okay, so now This is kind of like my starting desktop. I have my 4 AI helpers that I'm grateful to. And then I need to warm them up about service innovation. So for that, I'll go to, and you should keep like a little file of prompts. Like I keep a little text file of warm-up prompts that I use to test each of these systems to see if they're performing well. So let me go to get my warm-up prompt. Okay, yeah, I guess it's there. Okay, wow. Okay, so this is my warm-up prompt. Okay, and I'm going to put this into the Slack as well. So this, I call this my service innovation case study warm-up prompt, just to make sure everything's working. Make sure stuff is working okay. And here it is. That's the prompt right there. And so now let's go to ChatGPT and just do a, how can I help you today? Let's see here. Okay, here's the prompt down here. The Zoom has like covered up certain things, so I'm like dodging little pop-ups and stuff. Okay, so I just typed that in there. Now I go to Gemini and I put in the same prompt, launch that, and then I go to Claude and I launch it there. And I go to Bing and oops, Bing is like weird. It does all this crazy stuff. It has like different window panes or something. And because of Zoom, I have to find, I gotta move my window so I can see the launch thing. There it is. Okay. So now by the time I do that to all 4, I can go back to ChatGPT and there is the list of service innovations with their benefits and harms. Now, I just say, sorry, I'm moving these windows around because they're all I have to figure out a way to move this window. And it's like partially hidden by the Zoom. So let's go here. Okay. Let me kind of like shrink this window or something so that I'm not wrestling with the Zoom at every twist and turn here. Okay. Now I would say, please add a final row for the service innovation AI personal digital twin. Okay. And so it's going to generate that whole table again. And at the bottom, we should have AI personal digital twin. Its century is the future. It hasn't happened yet. That's why you're all going to be famous by doing this. Improved personalized AI interactions, and the harms are privacy concerns, potential for manipulation. Okay. Please, please create a prompt for an AI image generator to generate a positive image of AI personal digital twins, as well as a negative image of AI digital twins. The harms, the benefits. Okay, so now I get these 2 prompts that I can use to generate images. And now what I want to show you is, and I wish these tools made it easier to share these chats here. And I don't know, that's one thing I'm still trying to figure out, is how to make it easy to share all the stuff. But you got the recording, so you're going to have something. But those are prompts you can use for an image generator. But now I want to take you to IZIP website to show you why this is important to IZIP. Because IZIP people deal with service innovation, and we have to give examples of historical service innovations like cities and automobiles to help people learn about those. And we also ask our student volunteers to use generative AI to create some of these. So here, and this, by the way, is how we help make our students famous, is we use we help them learn to use these tools to generate service innovation case studies. And why do we do this? We do this because any of your future employers are going to want you to work on innovation, because that's the only way you stay competitive as a company, work on innovation. And you're going to be assigned, working on some innovation initially, or you may actually invent some innovation that you'll be working on, and you'll have to build these cases about your innovation. So that's why, we see this as preparation for your future job, is building these service innovation cases. Like last term, uh, here's an example of an airplane service innovation. You can see they generated some text about the benefits and the harms, and then they generated some images, a positive image and a negative image. And then they used HeyGen or Hour One to create a video. And let me see if I can play this video so that you can hear it. I think I have to go into Zoom and say share computer sound. And now,
The history of airplanes dates back to the early 20th century, when pioneers like the Wright brothers made the first powered, controlled, and sustained flight. Pan American World Airways was a trailblazer in international air travel, setting standards for passenger service. Modern airplanes have impressive capabilities. They can travel vast distances at high speeds, reducing the time it takes to travel. Advancements in technology have led to the development of fuel-efficient engines, making air travel sustainable and environmentally friendly. The benefits of air travel include faster transportation, increased economic activity, cultural exchange, and tourism. The aviation industry has created millions of jobs worldwide and has played a crucial role in emergency response. While air travel brings numerous benefits, it also has challenges. The recent global pandemic highlighted the vulnerability of the aviation industry to unforeseen crises. The use of airplanes for military purposes raises ethical concerns and contributes to geopolitical tensions. Ensuring safety is a priority, and regulatory bodies like the Federal Aviation Administration play a crucial role. The FAA establishes and enforces safety standards, conducts inspections, and oversees the certification of aircraft and aviation professionals. Stakeholders in the aviation industry have diverse perspectives. Despite challenges like the pandemic, they benefit from continued.
okay, that's probably enough of that, but you get the idea. Uh, So now if we go back, you can see that, John Pecor, he's the guy that created that airplane aviation example. Here's his LinkedIn. Here's his IZIP digital certificate that he can put on his LinkedIn profile. So when you generate your service innovation case study, hopefully, you have a GitHub account and you can post it there. But if you don't, you can just create it as a block of HTML or something. You can do it as a team. You can do it individually. It's good sometimes to do things individually. That way you can learn from each other and share. But that is, to go back to the first deliverable. The first deliverable is a service innovation case study about digital twins. And like I say, I could continue using my AI tools and create that. So for example, I could go back to this one right here, and I could go back to ChatGPT and I could say, please write a short description of AI personal digital twins as a service innovation. Explain the benefits and the harms, potential harms. Okay, and boom, it does it, right? So it's relatively easy to do that. If if um, if you want an example of like an image generator, you could go either to OpenAI's DALL-E. Okay, there's DALL-E 2. Okay, you can try DALL-E. And boom, I would have to log in, but let me go to like Bing image generator. I do have a login there. It's a pain when I haven't used it in a while and it would ask me for that. I could go to Bing image designer and create something. Like I could say, uh, please generate a positive image of the future of the benefits of AI digital twins. And it's creating it. And then I could obviously create one with the harms, a negative image, but it's still creating this. And I'll tell you what I think. Okay, so this is these are the images it's created. You know, this one is actually kind of cool. That one's not bad. Interesting. I suppose that's okay. Anyway, you can play around with these tools and create things. And the first thing of creating a service innovation case study of digital twins is really just to help you get familiar with using these AI tools so you know their strengths and weaknesses and you're prepared for your next job. Then if we go back to the second deliverable, a white paper, I think I may have in the presentation even given a little bit of an outline for a potential white paper. If I haven't, I'm happy to provide that. But a white paper should be balanced. It should be, you know, saying here's kind of where the state of the art is, what you can do, and here's what we did with our HeyGens. But hey, it's got these problems too, and there's these gaps. If we were really going to do this completely, you know, here's a knowledge gap. It's always fair to, you know, set a goal. And if you don't get all the way there, you can just say, here's what prevented us from getting there, the knowledge gaps. So that's these are the two main deliverables, the service innovation case study about digital twins and the white paper. Now, the reason you're doing this for you is because this is going to help you in your future employment. The reason you're doing this for iZip, so let me put this down. Reason for iZip is the use case of busy iZip leader not being able to be on a panel at the last minute. Okay, this happens every time we run an iZip event where we have like a dozen people on a panel. One of them, inevitably, two of them say, "Oh, I'm sorry, my cat got sick," or, you know, "I have to go here," or "My boss called me into a meeting," and instead of coming to the panel, they have to cancel. But if they had an AI digital twin, they could send their AI digital twin to give the presentation. Wouldn't be as good as the presentation they would give, and the audience could ask questions of the AI digital twin. What sometimes they do is they say, "Oh, I can't be there, but I've got 24 hours. I told you in advance, and I made this little recording, and here's a link to a paper people can read if they want to know more." And that's not bad. I mean, then we can just play the recording and point people at the paper. It's not interactive Q&A. But the future is we will all have AI digital twins of us, and us good actors will be able to use this, and this will help ISIP productivity and quality if we can do this. Now, an important part of the white paper could be other use cases. So that's the use case that would help ISIP. But what if you got a message from Google tomorrow, and Google said, hey, we want to interview you for a job at Google. And you said, gee, there's somebody in ISIP who's in Google, and maybe they will role play with me so that I can role play for this interview and do a good job. Well, you could get your AI digital twin to interview with the AI digital twin of the Google person, and you could both watch that, and that would help you prepare for your um, that would help you prepare for your interview. So there is the prepare for interview. Student, IZIP mentor kind of thing. There's a lot of other use cases. When I was at this conference in the Czech Republic, I had 4 people come up to me after I talked about digital twins, and they said, Jim, I got the killer app for AI digital twins. I said, what is it? What is it? And they said, it's talk to anybody in history. Talk to a famous person in history. I wanted to talk to Ben Franklin or Abraham Lincoln. And I don't know why people think of this as the killer app for AI digital twins, but a lot of people do. And, that would be another use case, is talk to anyone in history to get their advice, right? Or, how would they approach a problem or something like that? Talk to the AI digital twin of Einstein about, a physics problem you're working on. Now, the problem with AI digital twins is it's an early stage technology. You saw in that description, it's like a future. AI digital twins are the future. So you need to do a little research. You need to poke around yourself and find out what you can find out about these AI digital twins. I think in the presentation I give some links to a paper. Jensen Huang, who's the CEO of NVIDIA, a year or so ago, he did a keynote speech on his AI digital twin. So people are talking about digital twins, but they're still in their embryonic stage, and we would like to have your help exploring these, helping IZIP maybe develop digital twins. Maybe one of you will say, oh, I could create a company to create IZIP leadership digital twins, and IZIP could be my first customer, and then I would make a lot of money because I'd be building digital twins for people to help them on these various use cases. So that's another direction this could go. I'll
Jim?
stop there. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So I wanted to ask about this. Like, I just want to ask, like, fundamentally, when we're talking about, first of all, the term digital AI twins, like, is it like HeyGen.com that has coined the use of this term, or has this term been floating around? Because when I search like that specific, like key term, I don't see much. I just come across more content about deep fakes, and like there's one article that keeps resurfacing, which is how like Bruce Willis like sold the rights to his deep fake to be used in movies and other commercials, which sounds like the same thing that we're kind of talking about. So I wanted to know what the difference, if there is any, between like deep fakes and digital AI twins.
Yeah, deep fakes are bad actors building digital twins. Yeah, absolutely. And I don't know, have you read this article right here?
Let me see.
Okay. Why you may have a thinking digital twin within a decade. So this is a good article. Um, now,
Hmm.
a real digital twin is like it's kept up to date. So, if you create an avatar, like Hey Jen creates an avatar, but in a year, I'll be a little older, I'll have more white hair, and my avatar will look like the Jim Sporer from 2024 instead of the Jim Spore of 2025. So a real digital twin has to stay in sync with the system that it's simulating. That's very, very hard. So that probably should be pointed out in the weaknesses of in the white paper, is that, we can't really do a full AI digital twin unless we're constantly, Elon Musk's Neuralink. So you're uploading your thoughts to this thing. I don't know. I mean, that's kind of futuristic and not realistic. What is realistic is every time you publish a paper, that gets uploaded to your digital twin. Every time you post on social media, that gets uploaded to your digital twin. Every time you post to your YouTube channel, that gets uploaded to your digital twin. So your digital twin can kind of stay in sync with who you actually are. That's one thing about digital twins. That you can, if you do a little bit more research on this. But this is a good starting point paper for learning about AI digital twins. If you haven't looked at that, I would definitely read this. And then what I do as a researcher when I read things is I find the names of these people, like, who's this guy? Rob Edler. So let's go out and take a look for him on, I usually start with LinkedIn and, like, okay, who is this guy? Here he is. Let's see. Okay. For me, he's a second degree connection. So these are all the people I know that I'm connected to on LinkedIn that are directly connected to the guy that was interviewed in that story. And by the way, if you haven't connected with me on LinkedIn, this is why you want to connect with me on LinkedIn, because I can help you connect to other people. Where did I go? I got lost here. Okay. So this guy might be, he's at, oh, we both worked at IBM. Huh. He's a principal analyst. He must be retired. Chief problem solver. Yeah, this guy's probably retired. He was editor at large at List Davis. He was a researcher at Forrester. Wow, that's like one of the top industry research firms. He was a senior analyst at DataQuest. So he may have written more about AI digital twins. And, AI digital twins of people. There's the NVIDIA 2024 talk with Jensen Huang. He talked about it, so that was a good one. MIT report on generative AI. That one might not be so useful. Human digital twins, creating new value. Okay. Human digital twins, creating. Okay, so I'll put this link into the chat as well. All right. Let me stop there and see if I know we're over time and I got to go soon, but I've got a few minutes if people have questions. But that's how I would go about doing these two things. I'd just go boom, boom, boom with the help of my AI helpers. And it wouldn't be perfect. It wouldn't be great, but I would have like a version of it done right away. And then I could work on, refining it, polishing it, asking questions, comparing it with my team members, what they had done. Trying to have fun, because you always learn more if you're having fun. So try to think of tricks to make it fun to do more of the research, or try more of the tools, or whatever.
Awesome. Yeah.
That really answered my questions. I think we know what we have to do for the service innovation case study now, like fully.
Okay.
I think the last thing I want to say is currently making some changes to the project charter, and so probably by the end of tomorrow, at most, I think, or at the end of the week, it would be really cool to have your signature on there.
Okay.
Yeah,
Happy to.
and I think, yeah, and it's probably the only thing that it's like on my mind right now for now. But yeah, today we're going to be distributing the money from the check, and we're going to be, you know, pressing on with HeyGen. So yeah, we'll be
Yeah.
keeping you
Thank you so
updated.
much. Thank you so much for agreeing to sponsor our usage of it, by the way. It means a lot.
Oh yeah, no worries. you know, this stuff will get better and it really will help us at IZIP, and what you're doing is really going to help us as well. So, yeah, we really appreciate it from the IZIP side as well. So, great. And yeah, let's use the Slack here. If you have additional questions, just pop them in the Slack. I'll put the recording in there. And like I say, it's always fair to ask an IBMer or an ex-IBMer, so how would you do it? You know, you don't have to like wander in the wilderness for a week before it's okay to ask that question. You can just ask it anytime, and you know, and sometimes my answer will be, I have no idea. That's why I asked you to do it. But I'll laugh when I say that, because let's try to figure out something together, right? It's you know, it's certainly uh trailblazing. What we're doing is trailblazing. We're not going down a path that a lot of people have gone down. We're going down some pretty unique paths here, and so it's hard, but it's fun as well. It's innovative. All right. Anything else?
I think that should be it, honestly, unless one of my team members has any questions.
All right.
Nothing for now.
Very good. All right. Talk to you all next week, and have a good one. And we'll use the Slack in between. Thanks.
Thank you,
All right.
Jim.
Thank you,
Have a
Jim.
good one, man.
Yep.